everyone, welcome back to my vlog. I'm Robin, or Hobbit's Reading List, and this week we're getting a little bit of a late start, but we're also going to a weekend retreat at a summer camp that is off season, and I have no idea what to expect, so I'm taking you along with me. So let's get into it. Before we go to the retreat, I do have books to talk about. It is Thursday, which is way later than I would want to start the vlog, but I don't know, it kept slipping my mind. I have been reading though. I'm also I literally just got back from my walk, so I'm very sweaty. So yeah, so if you see me shiny or wiping the sweat off my face, just ignore that. I didn't want to put starting the vlog off any longer, so I just wanted to get it where I had free time, because today's busy, because I'm literally leaving tomorrow. I have continued reading Wolf Hall, and since it is fairly accurate, I will talk about some events that are happening, but I won't go in detail as far as the narrative for most of it, because this is a it's a historical novel following Thomas Cromwell. It's the first in a trilogy, and this first book is how Cromwell became close to Henry VIII and worked to get his dispensation from the Pope in order to divorce his first wife, Catherine of Aragon, and marry his second wife, Anne Boleyn. So this is sort of following that. Because the author is very detailed, I know that this book, because she puts the dates in the chapters, and so I know that this book goes up to 1535, which means it goes up to the point where Henry has turned against Anne and is gonna involve Cromwell on how to solve that problem. So I will say something that I've noticed is that if you don't have a basic understanding of Henry VIII, of Tudor England, this book might be a little bit hard to follow. Not impossible, but someone who doesn't know a lot about that time period might just have a lot of questions and want to look things up for themselves. I found myself looking up some things just to confirm what knowledge I have and don't have that is showing up. So it wouldn't be impossible, but I think that the author, she doesn't explain things that she feels don't need explaining. Or she does explain them in a very subtle way. There's not really any info dumps, which is nice, but because this book is so rich in detail because of all the research that you can tell the author has done, it's just a lot. And so, but because there's so much, that's what I was gonna say. Because there's so much detail, because of all the research that you can tell she's done, I lost the thought again. You're distracting me, Reese. Oh, there's just not a lot of info dumps. That's pretty much what I was saying. I'm gonna leave that sentence now. I'm gonna stop trying to say it. Oh, sorry, buddy. I almost poked him in the eye. Almost. I didn't actually. He's fine. So, yeah, where I am now, Cromwell has officially met Anne. The betrayal is interesting. And that's the main reason my friend wanted me to read it, is because they know that I have had this hyperfixation on Anne Boleyn, and so I know a lot about her. I've read a lot of books about her, and so they were curious what I would think of the portrayal of her. And so far, because we're looking at it through Cromwell's eyes, he views her as very cunning, as very intentional, but ultimately he doesn't think that she'll be successful in her aim. He thinks that Henry will as soon as they end up sleeping together, Henry will lose interest. And he's not totally wrong, but he's underestimating Anne's ability to, like, continue to hold Henry at, like, arm's length. So, which I'm like, okay. And also, like, Anne seems a little cold, which is fair because she doesn't know Cromwell. And she also views Cromwell as, like, not working hard enough to reach her goal. So that makes sense. So I'll be interested to see if, like, that changes when Cromwell and Anne are actually sort of, like, working together, because they did at one point. So yeah, so it's really interesting. I'm enjoying it. The writing style is a little bit different. It's funny because the friend who encouraged me to read it, I've read a lot of their writing, and I definitely see the influence. Like, their writing was very much influenced by Hilary Mantel's. And so it's interesting. I love the writing style, but it's so different from, like, how a lot of people write. So yeah, there's that. But I am very much enjoying it. The only other thing is that I started listening to the audiobook for What You Were Looking For Is in the Library. And it is a collection of, I would say, interconnected short stories, pretty much. It all centers around this one library in this, like, one neighborhood in Tokyo, where there's this librarian who will give book recommendations of what the person is asking for, but then there's also, like, one that seems a little bit different and steers them on the path of, like, what they really want versus, like, what they're asking for. So far, we got the story of a 21-year-old woman who was a, like, retail employee, and she did not like that. Like, her mindset was kind of self-deprecating, and there was a very roundabout way for her to, like, be encouraged and change how she looked at herself and her position. And then the second story is following a 35-year-old, like, office employee who wants to open his own, like, antique shop, but not feeling like he can because he doesn't have enough saved. Like, he had a lot of anxiety. He had a lot of anxiety about things not being perfect or not being totally set up and not feeling ready. And so the librarian actually recommended him a book that sort of set him on a path to that. So those are the two that I've listened to so far. They are enjoyable. They're very interesting. And, you know, there's some like magical realism in there with this librarian sort of goes into, like, a trance when, like, recommending books. But it's very quick, so it's just like, oh, maybe that's just, like, her quirk. But I'm like, it kind of feels like she's, like, receiving a message from the beyond or aliens or something. so yeah, but I'm enjoying it. I do have an issue with there's some like fat phobia in there, which is kind of upsetting as a fat person. But it's not a ton. It's really only when we're meeting the librarian. I will say, though, I will get a little tired. Like, I'm predicting this. I will get a little tired if every short story there is a scene of the main character, like, going into the librarian, going to the reference desk, seeing the librarian, having a thought about how what she's doing is odd because she's, like, felting or something. How what she's doing is odd and how large she is. And then having this, like, whole, like, I will get a little tired of that conversation because we've already had two that, like, are different because the perspectives are different, but are very similar. So I'm like, if I get 5 stories where that is the case, that will be really annoying. All the rest of the information in the stories are different except for that. Like, they're almost identical, just the perspective and, like, the word choice is different. So, but yeah, I should finish it this week. it's a little hard because like my driving time is actually cut down because I am driving to work tomorrow and then I'm driving to, no, I should finish it this week because I'll have like an hour and a half drive to work and then like a 45-minute to an hour drive to pick up someone that I'm taking to the retreat with me. And then we'll go to the retreat. I'm not going to make the person listen to an audiobook. And then Sunday we'll come back and I will drop them off and then come home. So that'll be another like hour and a half. So I should finish it. But yeah, that's about it. That's all I've read. So I'm going to go drink a lot of water and go to personal training. And then hopefully at some point I will read today. But it is a busy day because I'm trying to make up for work that I'm missing this weekend. So we'll see. I will at least read like a page today. But that would suck if that's all I read, so. Okay, hopefully this is okay. I'm like kind of under a lamp. I'm at the retreat. This is my dorm setup. And having a good time. I am very tired because I don't sleep well in a twin bed. I don't sleep well in new places. I don't sleep well in general. So all of those things combined means that I don't really feel like I slept. But I am still having a good time. I went to work and then I picked up someone in the city on my way and then we drove to the camp in Wisconsin. And I can hear someone in the hallway. It feels very awkward to be filming. And then, yeah, we did like a welcome thing. We had dinner, we had service, we did like a little arts and craft thing because we are at a summer camp. And then this morning we had breakfast and then we had another service and now we're sort of in our like free time. And some people are playing games, so I'm gonna go do that. But I wanted to film an update. So I have not read Wolf Hall. I will read it this afternoon during our free time, but I have continued listening to What You're Looking For is in the Library. I do think that there will be more of this like fat phobia related to The Librarian because it has continued in the additional, what, 2 perspectives, 3 perspectives, 1 perspective? I've gotten in 2 perspectives, yeah, since I last filmed. That has continued, and it is annoying, but it's kind of, I mean, I don't like it. Whenever I know it's going to happen, I do get annoyed, but I am enjoying the rest of the stories. So, yeah, I listened to most of one today because I went to the gym area and did my walk, so I listened to it then. And so I should finish it on my drive home tomorrow after I drop my carpoolers off. I'll still, have to drive back to Indiana. I think I have like 2 hours left, but I listen on 1.4 speed, so I should finish it. And that's about it. Like, this is a really like quick update, but also I feel like kind of awkward just because my roommate could walk in at any minute. So yeah, I'm gonna go put my camera away and continue being Jewish. So this is my first like camp experience and I'm having a good time. I just wish I was sleeping better or I wish that I had brought more Celsius because I accidentally drank my extra one on my drive yesterday. So I'm kind of trying to make do with coffee because I don't really want to pick up soda again. Although energy drink is not any better, so I might as well. But yeah, I'm trying to regulate my energy. So we'll see. But I will definitely film more tomorrow after I finished What You're Looking For is in the Library. Okay, I'm back home. I had a very good time at the retreat. I felt very, I keep using the word like mindful or like present. I didn't have like a lot of anxiety about anything. It was just, it was very nice. I would not say that I rested, mainly because the beds were pretty rough. So while I felt in the moment, I did not feel as rested as maybe I should on Shabbat, but that's okay. And afterwards, I went with some people to look at this like antique store that was in town, and then we got food at a drive-in, and then I drove some people home to Chicago, and then after that, I finished listening to What You're Looking For is in the Library on my way home. So that's what I'm going to talk about, because I did not read more of Wolf Hall. When did I film on Saturday? I did read more. I read more after I filmed on Saturday. Let me talk about that real quick. So I read more Wolf Hall. I'm officially halfway through. I don't know why it's taking me so long, just like, besides just like a lack of time. I think that's the main reason. It's not that I'm not interested, but it's just that I think there's a lack of time, and it is a dense book. It is 600 pages, but also just the material is pretty dense. There's a spider web. I felt it on my elbow. So yeah, so that's it. But we're getting closer to the point where Cromwell is successful in helping Henry achieve his goal of marrying Anne, which will be interesting to see it play out in the book. Anne's portrayal is definitely very cunning in the book. It is, in some ways, it talks about her as like being like pretty manipulative, but also like kind of cruel in a way of like playing with men's affections, which I can see. I don't necessarily agree with all the way, but I can see why. So it is just interesting, like, as someone who went through Anne Boleyn hyperfixation, to like read this book and see how Anne is portrayed in it. Oh, I thought I saw a cat on the couch. So yeah, there's that. I hope I finish it next week. Like, but then yes, I finished What You're Looking For is in the Library. The last story also had the thing with like a fatphobic reaction to the character in the last story meeting the librarian. I'll be quite honest, I kind of zoned out in the last story because it just felt the same. Like, there wasn't enough variety between the main characters of the short stories. Like there was, like, the details were different, but it followed the same rough, like, story beats every time. And so the last one I kind of just like zoned out. So yeah, I don't know what it was for me. I don't know if it was because I felt it was repetitious or because I was so turned off by the fat phobia, or if magical realism isn't for me. I'm not sure what it is, but there's just something about it that just like did not work for me. And it wasn't that it was poorly written. I liked the writing style. I didn't like the narrator. Like, I didn't like some of the narrators. They chose a very interesting style that in some ways felt like very robotic, but I'm not holding that against the book. So it was fine. I just, yeah, I don't know. I'm willing to read more translated works. I'm willing to read more magical realism because I don't know if that was actually what I didn't enjoy. But yeah, there were different factors about this that just were not doing it for me. So I gave it 2 stars. So, which sucks because I really wanted to like it. Like, the premise sounded so fun, but I thought there would be more. So yeah, that was that. I didn't read as much this week as I thought I was going to. So that's kind of a bummer, but there's always next week, even though next week is busier with like work stuff, but that's okay. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my summer camp experience in spring. It was cold, but I had a very good time. So leave me a comment. Let me know if you ever went to any summer camps when you were a kid and what they were like, because I never had an experience like that. So I'm always so curious with like the people who did go to summer camps. But like the video, subscribe, click the notification bell, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.